Hello and welcome back to Path of Radiance 0% Growths. We're about to do Chapter 22. First we get to see that Tanith was MVP of Chapter 21. No surprise there. She's still amazing. And as usual, I will be right back after doing stuff in the base, although this time not very much stuff. Okay, so all we really did was give Tanith a new forged javelin since she used up a lot of her other one in the previous chapter. One thing to note is that I did get an occult skill, the occult scroll from Torneo. So we could assign somebody a mastery skill, but nobody really benefits from it very much. I mean, we got Ike with Ether. Like, Ether's good, but Ike isn't. We got no paladins that we really want to give soul to. Most of the other mastery skills are kind of crap. The closest I would say to being useful would be like Khalil getting Flare, which is like Luna, but doesn't really seem worth it. I think I'm just going to save it for Joffrey. So we're just going to move right along and check out Chapter 22. So this chapter is kind of like one of those block pushing puzzles from Zelda, where you have to push the blocks in a certain order to create a path. Except in this block pushing puzzle, there's no reset button. But basically, although it's not a very hard block pushing puzzle, but basically, you have all these priests who, if you don't kill them, you get bonus experience, and you get a Shara staff if you kill none of them, which isn't super relevant for this run because I probably won't get anybody to S rank staves, but we'll see. But yeah, so you can take out these two guys, shove this guy to the right, and then shove this guy back, and then get into this room, for example, without killing them. Or you can shove this guy to the right in order to get into this room. You can, I believe you are allowed to kill Tomonami, the head priest, but even if you don't want to, there's a way to do that where you shove him. Oh, sorry, not him. Shove these two guys. Wait, now what was the... How do you do that? You definitely have to take out these two guys. You have to... Oh, yeah, you shove these two guys backwards. You shove Tomonami sideways. Then you take this guy out. You shove this guy backwards, and then you get into the back. Anyway. So, that's kind of interesting, and certainly an unusual gimmick that only works in Tellius because of the shove mechanic. Then there's also, obviously, these chests in these two rooms, which you have to do some of that to get to them, and also there are some thieves that race you to the chests, so that's kind of cool. There's also some long-range stuff going on, like this guy back here with a silence, this guy back here with a silence, as well as this guy here with a bolting. There's also a guy with a physic over here. But we are going to just ignore all of that because this is defeat boss chapter. Schaefer here, the boss, has only 9 resistance and we can kill him with siege tomes. So we're just going to do that. We are going to get this bolting tome, but other than that, we're just going to one-turn this chapter. And for what it's worth, the items in the chest aren't super exciting. There's a spirit dust, which I would like to have, but it's not mandatory. There's a Nosferatu, don't care about that. Sleep staff, that would be nice, but not super important. Bolganone, whatever. Tomahawk, it would be nice. Silver bow, don't care. So yeah, it's not super. None of it's super important. But yeah, so in order to do that, we are going to have Khalil and Tormod team up to take down the boss with some help from Rayson. We're gonna have Tanith take out the bolting mage after we shove Tomonami back to make space for her to reach him. And that's pretty much it. All of our other deployment slots are either for units that, are for a combination of units that we want here to shove, to get support bonuses, and units that we just want to build support points with because we have extra deployment slots and we might as well. So, if you're not familiar with how supports work in Path of Radiance, it's based on being deployed together in a chapter. So just having Marsha and Kira and just deployed for this chapter and just sit here and do nothing still gets them or builds their support level. Anyway, so let's get started. So the support situation is that Tormod has a support with Rayson and Khalil, and Khalil has a support with Tormod, and they both provide a hit rate boost, admittedly small, but that's important because this is not by any means a reliable clear. Like the hit rates are like in the 60 to 70 range against this guy, so we want to make use of those supports as much as possible. So to that end, well, first we're going to get the bolting tome. So Stefan's going to come up here, shove this guy, and Tanith is going to come up and take out the bolting mage. And get a bolting. What's kind of cool about this is that, like, if you'd already used up your siege tomes, you could, I mean, in a normal Gross playthrough at least, where, like, you know, realistically you could have Khalil doing more damage, you could actually, like, just pass that bolting tome back to Khalil and then still one-turn the map. I have to imagine that was an intentional developer decision. Anyway, so we are going to now need to put, let's see, count this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we kind of want to be between these pillars, or within 3 spaces of that, rather. So 1, 2, 3. So if we just smite Rayson, he's now in support range of Tormod, attacking from that spot. If we smite Khalil, and then also shove her, and she is as well, we can come up and attack with the meteor. 73 hit rate. Not too bad. I guess Tormod's biorhythm is looking a little bit better than normal. Now, Khalil has a better hit rate than Tormod, even though Tormod gets more support bonus because of Rayson. He gets plus 10 for that, but Khalil is just just has more skill. But just to make sure that we don't get sad here, we're gonna have her use the meteor as well because it has 5 more hit. Bang, bang. And chant for Khalil. And there you have it. 8 minutes, 1 turn to complete chapter 22. Probably the most trivial chapter I've ever done in a 0% growth playthrough. I would say. So yeah, probably not the most interesting chapter to watch ever, but it's definitely, like, playing it normally would take a heck of a lot longer. So I mean, it's kind of nice for me at least to have like a really easy chapter, because there are going to be some real doozies coming up in the late game here. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time for chapter 23. Until then.